Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lacquer Lover, and I know that it's been a while since I've done a nail art tutorial for a female artist, but I am back with this red velvet Zimzalabim inspired nail look, so I hope you enjoy watching, and without further ado, let's get started. Start by applying a layer of base coat on all of your fingernails. I'm using Untitled Off base coat, which I always link in the description box. Then paint your index fingernail white, your middle and ring fingernails blue, your pinky fingernail a dark navy blue, and your thumbnail a bluish gray. Then I apply liquid latex on the skin around my index fingernail and sponge on a gradient of purples and coral. And once you have the blend that you like, remove the latex barrier. Then apply an iridescent glitter topper onto your middle fingernail. Top coat both nails to even out the surface. So we're going to start by drawing some clouds towards the tip of the index fingernail. So I took a thin brush with a bit of white polish at the end and just stippled it on in this wavy sort of shape. And this design corresponds with one of my favorite scenes with the line 누구보다 빛나 보석처럼 반짝. Next, I took orange, pink, blue, and purple and started drawing oval shapes that, of course, represent a balloon where the top is rounder and the bottom part is a bit pointier. And I also added a little nub at the end, the pointier end of the balloons, to show where it's tied. I drew the balloons towards the tip of the nail bigger than the ones towards the cuticle because of the perspective. So the ones that are on the bottom are obviously going to be closer to you and will appear larger, and that's just based off of the image down below. And then I just added a bit of shading onto the balloon, so I used a darker shade of each color and went around the edge and just sort of blended that into the middle. For the middle fingernail, I drew the teacup that the girls sit in and discuss. So I started with a taupe shade, a super light, almost white shade, and just drew a U with a flatter U on the top to create that teacup shape, and I filled it in. Then the bottom is kind of like a rectangle and the coaster is an oval, and then I just drew the rim in the back. Then fill in the coaster with more of the same color, and then I started coloring in the base of the cup using purple, and I drew the little scalloped pattern on the base of the cup. Then go ahead and fill in the area beneath the scallops. And next, I completely filled in the coaster now that I can see the difference between the cup and the coaster. To separate the top portion and the bottom portion of the cup, I used a dark purple to add a bit of shading. Draw the gold stripes on the base of the cup and outline the scallops on the top, and then just go along the rim. Next, I added a milky tan between the rims to represent the tea that is splashing out, so I did draw a few drops coming out of the cup, and I also underlined the gold portion with purple. Then, because I didn't have enough space on the cup, I just drew a simple pattern that is inspired by the design on the cup. And then I drew another set of scallops on the coaster. Outline the scallops and the edge of the coaster. I drew a thicker outline of the coaster towards the tip of the nail because I wanted it to show dimension and depth. And then I cleaned this up with a purple inline. And then I took a dark blue and added a few dots along the edge and added some gold dots surrounding it. And then I sort of widened the lip of the cup, or the brim of the cup, with the gold polish, and I added the handle, and I added a bit of brown on the inner edge. And for the ring fingernail, I started with white polish to draw the clouds like I did for the index fingernail, so I just sort of stippled on the white polish on the tip, and then I added a few more clouds above that. Then take a pale yellow and draw a backwards C for the inner edge of the moon, and draw a slightly wider curve for the outside. Then fill in the shape with the same yellow polish. And then I added more clouds in this curve. Next, I went over the moon with a second layer to make it completely opaque. Next, I took a yellowy orange to add shading on the outer edge of the moon. And then I also went in with highlights on areas that I thought needed to be brighter. Next, I went in with the pale yellow and orange to add craters. And for the pinky fingernail, I'm just doing a simple fireworks design inspired by Silgi's background. I started with an orangey pink and then I added a brighter orange and white to add highlights so that they would really pop off of this dark blue background. And I also added dots here and there because fireworks are known to kind of spew everywhere and disperse. Now for the thumbnail, I started by applying liquid latex on the skin around the nail, and then I created a gradient with the following colors and sponged that on. And I'm just kind of replicating the sky in the scene depicted on the bottom left corner. And for this nail, I'm going to be replicating the center portion of the Ferris wheel, the circle, and then the Zimzalabim in the middle. So I started with orange to write the Zimzalabim. So the Z's are squares, and then you just kind of draw two horizontal lines to kind of create this negative area that's the Z, and then the I is just like a long rectangle, and then a horizontal line that separates the dot and the line, and then M is just a regular M, and the Zala part, the Z is smaller, and actually this whole portion is smaller than the Zim and the Bim. And the A and L are kind of interconnected for the first two, and then the L and the A at the end are kind of broken off. And for the bottom portion, there isn't anything special except that you need to start the B kind of off-centered from the A in the upper row. Then draw an ellipse around Zimzalabim with yellow. Apply a generous layer of top coat on all of your fingernails and you're done! So that's it for my Red Velvet Zimzalabim nailer tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and found it refreshing and different compared to my recent posts. If you liked it, then please give it a big thumbs up and remember to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys in my next. Bye everyone!